Greetings, I'm Les.
And I am Scandal.
And let's play a game together. And now, Grandpa is hoping that we're going to marry a prince not because everything is important, but because he is in financial crisis. And you know what? Financial crisis puts people into survival mode where they make dumb decisions.
Which also, again, honestly, would have been better if Grandpa hadn't talked about it beforehand, which this might be a sign of what I would call toxic masculine behavior, of going that it is required that Grandpa needs to figure this out all on his lonesome.
And going,
which
I
is
can't tell you that I might want your help, or that I might be trying to urge you to do something, because I need your help. Also, it's coronavirus time. We're all stuck inside, and welcome aboard. We hope you are doing okay inside as well.
Indeed.
All right, so, that is why he's hoping we will marry.
I want to see you happy and safe.
Financially safe.
And me safe, especially in case you're gonna be like, I will just die. He really was just like,
he really did. Just like 2 seconds ago.
I'm not even
like,
gonna ask.
I've lived a good life.
So this is one of those things where you're like, really? You're really honestly not gonna think that we, as even a character or a person involved, are gonna go, hey, we should help you.
Right?
Because that's one thing that families do. But also I'd be like, I think that I go, also your society should do, because your child should not be expected to marry well to fix your problems also too.
It's
like,
true.
they are a child. That is like, oh, we want the best for you. But, you know, because I either technically and reinforced basically toxic behaviors, or I continued doing something that I was taught to do years ago, because usually loan sharking is actually a behavior you learn from the people
your parents,
around.
from your family and
like,
stuff.
You don't get access to those resources or have that information. Like, I never grew up at all being exposed to payday loans, not even once. And I was shocked when I ran into people who were like, yeah, you actually use them. And I went, you're kidding. Why would you ever use them?
They're such a terrible deal. Well, because my parents use them. Well, because that's what you do. Well, because
you
that's
get
how
your
you
money.
were raised.
It's great.
And you get your money immediately.
And I'm like, and then you end up in a ton of debt.
Yeah, there have been so many people we've worked with that, as like, if the pay structure is ever redone at work, either from like, 2 weeks down to 1 week, etc., they're like, I have to rebudget everything, because basically they spend immediately to the bottom of each paycheck. And so if they go from a 2 week to a 1 week, they need to spend everything faster.
Right.
And it's like, whoa,
Anyway,
sorry.
you were going to say, because you were dancing up and down and you
I
were
was
losing
excited about this idea that going of just basically, this plays into very much the idea of a capitalistic society where everybody wants a lottery ticket. Essentially, they would rather have a possibility that they could do better than anybody else in the world than keeping their whole society safe. Right. You might have a child that is valuable or has a valuable characteristic, or even a grandchild that will then make all of you richer than your wildest dreams, because they turn into Taylor Swift, because they become the next, whatever it is, famous actor or actress. Because, and you're going, maybe my child can fix my financial life. Right. Or maybe I'll suddenly invent something, earn something, learn something, or I might inherit an unknown inheritance.
Right,
and
instead
that's better.
Insisting
that our society have universal health care and have, universal care for everybody in whatever way they need, and going, look, everybody deserves to live.
And giving everybody basically an equal education, and an education that's actually going to turn them into more or less a critical thinker. So we have a big problem here in the United States that a lot of people like talking about, is that a lot of public schools are very much for a lot of opinions, really do strongly mostly tend to encourage people to sort of just be regurgitators. They're not a lot of active thinkers.
And not a lot of thinking, it's just memorization.
Kids can't think more for themselves, but there's no really big incentive to do so.
The school just doesn't teach thinking. And the thing is they go, most people, like, it's this whole thing of going, 95% of people never think. 2% of people would rather, or 3% of people would rather die than think. And, or that kind of thing. Like, anyways, it's like, no, it's like, I think it's worse than that. It's like 2% of people think, 3% of people would rather, die than think, and the rest of people never think. The thing is, it's just like, thinking is hard and frustrating, and you have to deal with the fact that things are stressful and complicated, and you don't always know the answer.
And we're not just talking about going like, making a decision where to go eat necessarily.
No.
But also like a thing of going, actively going, why am I performing this behavior today? What am I doing every single day? Why am I wearing the things that I'm wearing? It's like an active engagement.
Thinking is different than mental activity.
Yes.
You're going through your day doing mental activity all the time, and even picking up new information. Thinking is sort of deeply considering things, and then what you can do about them, including yourself.
Right.
Anyway, we're going to move forward. So this has been Opinions with Lies and Scandal. All right. Nothing's going to happen to you.
But I owe Nico so much money!
I can help. I got a lot of money. So we're not going to offer him the pendant. Phoenix is just going to do another gift.
What?
Oh no, he's going to
he's
kill
gonna
He's
go
like, he's going to
kill
kill He's like, I'll just burn him to a cinder. Where can we find this Nico?
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly involve you.
Okay, this idea again, this graphic convention of they're both standing in front of you, staring at you while they're talking to each other.
Right. Oh, no, I could never involve you, Phoenix.
And they're just staring at Smol, shoulder to shoulder, talking to each other, beside each other.
I mean, like, honestly, that would be really entertaining in the sense of, like, just a game overall.
Or like a performance kind of thing. Like you have two people who are talking to each other, but they're looking straight at you, speaking to each other, and you're going, what's going on? It affects Smol, so it affects me too.
Except for the fact that also that's a level of going, but I'm also expecting, or I am desiring potentially to perform this behavior because I would
something
to get Smol out of this situation. So there's a level where I'm like, I'm not going to necessarily entirely look the gift horse in the mouth, but I'm going to totally look the gift horse in the mouth. Because the thing is in this case, it's like, what if Smol rejects you? Kind of thing. Like,
are you going to feel like you wasted your energy if you don't get chosen?
Right?
Anyway.
I warn you, Phoenix! Nico is not to be messed with. He might be a normal human person.
Hang on. Is he a dragon slayer? Is that what it is? You got a loan from a dragon slayer loan shark, and therefore he's going to try and kill me. Oh, that's terrible, man.
Yeah,
that's really bad. You should have used at least a regular loan shark. Neither am I.
Aye.
Was that the resolution to the conversation?
Oh no, we're gonna have.
Oh my God, we all
this
just
is Phoenix's part. I told you.
We just went there.
Yeah, all of us.
And Grandpa took us too? Why?
Why not?
Why would you ever?
Did you tell Grandpa loves us?
Yes, here, let me take you to the epicenter of the danger. It's perfect. That way you can watch the boy that's one of your intendants to do this.
Loan sharks and payday loans, they thrive in basically systems that encourage them to exist or basically don't discourage them from existing.
They
so when people
in
do not have money
systems.
and do not have safety, they thrive like crazy because people are easily taken advantage of and because they're in survival mode. This is very frustrating.
In that survival mode, in a capitalistic society, are also believing in that essential social lottery ticket of going, yeah, but if I take out a business loan and my business does amazing, then I will win the lottery game. I will win the capitalism game.
I'm having that.
So taking that risk, I should be doing business. I should be working for myself and not for someone else. That's what I should do in a capitalistic society. And so I can do the good thing that I should be doing.
This is also why multi-level marketing schemes are incredibly prevalent in situations like this too, because people basically are like, but I want to rule my own life, but I want to set my own terms, but I want to work
there's this really good
stuff.
video made by, I'm not gonna remember who it is right now, but that Australian like YouTubing channel that talks about multi-level marketing and how they actually work and what all the real statistics are. I will link it in the bottom if you want to learn about like what the real statistics on multi-level marketing are, and it would be super cool. Now, if you use them to like basically just get cheaper products for yourself of stuff you already buy and you're not actually trying to succeed, just get a discount, they're fine. However, if you're trying to get freedom, they're crap.
However, also I would say if you know anybody who's involved in a multi-level marketing scheme, please try to understand where they're coming from. Like really, again, one of the reasons why multi-level marketing works, I'm just going to say it here because I think it's important, is because people really do typically feel disempowered. Yes. They want to be, for example, like you see a lot of women in multi-level marketing is because women also have this thing of going, if I'm not allowed to be sexual because sexy is all that I am and I don't believe I'm sexual anymore because
I'm a mom.
It's a mess, because I've been turned into a mom. And also going like, all right, well, I need to basically own my life back again. And this is some of the only ways that basically has been shared with them that they're allowed to, in huge air quotes, they're allowed to take their lives back.
Be independent.
It's very insidious in that sense for me.
But multi-level marketings by and large target women. They almost exclusively target women because women are looking for some kind of personal freedom, and that's what they promise.
Yes.
At any rate, like I said, I will link that video. It's a really cool video. I believe there's actually two. One of them that talks about the insidious nature and one that talks about the realistic facts. We might just put both in there.
Right.
Because they were both really good. All right. It figures that a loan shark would be living large, though honestly, it's not that much bigger than our conglomerate apartment house.
This is the place for a jerk.
So where the heck did Dylan go?
I know. I think this is going to be Phoenix's.
I know, but Dylan went with us, and he was just standing there, and then he
I
suddenly
know.
went, "I just won't go with you to the Loan Sharks. It's fine."
I know it's kind of weird, but he's also gone strangely quiet. I would honestly imagine also Dylan might have something to say, which again I'm
No,
going.
Dylan was who I was talking about.
No,
in this
but
case.
Dylan would also have something to say.
Right? In the way going, hey, we handled this together before, we can handle it together again.
Right?
That's so weird. I'm like, he just disappeared. He came to, with us to Grandpa's, to find Grandpa, and then he's just gone.
If he isn't planning on basically committing murder, which is what that will be, I don't care. So one of the things is, while I like revenge fantasies, they are also, you are still killing real, complex, living human beings, and that is still committing murder. It doesn't really matter, and in a lot of ways that's also going that people can't change, and that people from any moment to the next are basically they're immutable. They never alter. They never
if you ever made one faux pas that got you canceled on Twitter ever, you will never recover or learn anything ever. It doesn't matter if you were 16 or if you were 45, you can never learn, and you will be the same person for the rest of eternity.
Right.
Anyway, I was going to say, if we haven't asked him what he's planning to do, whether he's planning to A, pay off the debt, or B, kill a bunch of people, or C, just raise the whole, mansion to the ground in a threatening fashion and let who lives live, we should probably have this discussion first.
We should probably talk about
this. This would be a good thing. You all had better wait out here while I go in. I'm going too. What? No, you're not. This Nico threatened Grandpa's life. He has to answer to me. That's my Grandpa. He belongs to me, and I need answers. And since Grandpa's really bad at communicating, I'm going to go in there and get them.
I was about to say, though, Smol, have you realised that, your Grandpa's also tried to use you sort of as a ticket to go, get money? So why do you want your Grandpa suddenly so much? I'm willing to help.
You know what? Just because he's been an asshole right now and really has kept part of my intrinsic identity from me my whole life, and now I'm feeling a little bit more suspicious about it because he's clearly kept other things from me as well, it doesn't mean that I don't have all the feelings that I built up for him over the course of a lifetime while he was lying to me.
Yes, I hate that trope, by the way.
I still have them. Nope, they've done one thing wrong. I immediately no longer feel any connection to them at all because they clearly were lying to me my whole life. It's like, no, the rest of the foundation doesn't just go away.
Yes.
No, still human. He has to answer to me. Dylan is there.
Thank God.
Holy crap,
hello,
he is
Dylan.
there.
Hey, you're very brave, Smol.
I'm like, where the hell did you go for 6 frames?
He's like, I'm sorry, I was just sitting here, started playing, solitaire with myself.
It's fine.
And then I discovered that I ran into Astra, and then I realized which character I was going to pick.
And then I just went, shoot, I need to stay in this game. Hang on, put that on hold.
Hang on, it's fine. But are you sure that's a good idea? Really, Phoenix?
I'm not afraid. I don't know if it's a good idea, but what I'm saying is that I'm not scared and I am angry, and that's usually how I make my decisions.
I am an angered.
Sigh. All right, you can come. Honestly, we can't really stop you, and it's really good that you still don't know how to kill dragons, because if you did, we might be in a lot of trouble with you threatening us all the time.
How do you not know how to stop a 21-year-old kid? And in a sense, for me, they really read as a child. But I'm like...
Yes, Smol reads as a child.
There's a lot of things about them that are incredibly mature and seem incredibly, again, the thing of going, what did you, happened in your life? That doesn't mean that they don't have other areas of depth that I have no idea about, but that's the thing. I'm not sure exactly what happened.
And again, did you go through all of high school and only make one friend?
Right?
One friend.
But honestly, though, I feel that. So
I feel that too.
Okay.
It's okay. But the thing is that I still knew lots of other people.
Right.
And they still had lots of social happening around me.
Right.
Anyway.
And you could still potentially get involved with those things. You have Facebook, you have online stuff. Those are also friends? Do you telling me also Smol has no online? Okay.
Right. In Prodigy, she just has someone she quietly admires and nothing else.
Right.
All right. But stay behind me.
I'll watch over your grandfather, Smol.
So we are going to go in alone.
Okay.
Really?
I'll think it out.
All right, that's fine. Thank you, Dylan. If anyone runs out here, please just, stop them or something, or I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go. I feel like we have no plan.
Why have we not discussed this?
Could we talk about the plan? I feel like this is the thing when any situation where we're going in immediately, but we had time to discuss, and yet we made no plan.
Huh.
Okay, Phoenix. I guess I'll go ring the bell.
Well, I thought that was not staying behind. Oh, he's gonna break the door down.
No need. I'll just burn it to a cinder. I mean,
Yeah.
oh my god. No need. He just blows up the freaking door.
Maybe also, though, the dragons are personally offended because they don't have that kind of society.
Nope.
Of being like, you don't have, payday loans and sharks.
Or you just literally
loan
do
sharks.
not show up in someone's house with your hired thugs and threaten their life. Like, that's not done. It just isn't done.
You don't do that.
You're mechanical, basically being like, it's just not done.
Right? You just don't do that, Mr. Potter.
It simply isn't
I love
done.
her.
She was
I love
brilliant.
that actress. Maggie's great.
Yes, Maggie
Smith is amazing.
She does brilliant work and also just classy as hell.
I know.
Lovely woman.
Damn.
Anyway. Phoenix's fireball burns a hole right through the front door.
Okay, just because it's through the door, does that mean it encompasses the...
Well, you know...
It takes the whole door with it. Okay, off its hinges.
Okay, so here's what we got. We've got the door sitting there, and the fireball just blasts through it. And imagine you had like a doorman inside kind of thing, but it makes a hole. So he just sort of leans over, slightly singed, and looks out through the hole in the door.
Suddenly he became a Looney Tunes character and went, I think I have lost half of my hair.
Half of my beard, half of my hair, half of my mustache.
Half of my everything, except my skin.
It's all right. I'm fine, but my skin is fine. I'm not harmed.
No skin in my eyes.
I just burned off half of my clothes.
Woo!
All right. Right through the front door. Well, that works too, but I guess we can't
I'm surprised
say
he hasn't suddenly started
we
growing
come to talk.
dragon horns and ears since
I know,
the last
right?
time Dylan used something everybody else had to go sparkle sparkle. So
like when
on,
you use power.
do your Sailor Moon makeup. Let's do it.
Yeah, we need to see it. I don't know. And then I guess we just kick open the door, what's left of it, and walk in. Gangster. Under a pile of women. What? Excuse me. Actually, I love this implication that they're just sitting on this couch with a bunch of jewelry displayed for our benefit in front of them. My coffee table looks like a jewelry store.
We don't necessarily have to have. They could have a lot of men. They
Oh,
could have
no,
a ton of
I
men
know. They
all over
could.
them. It'd be fine.
They could just be piled under bunches of people. Starts throwing people off of them, stands up, guns blazing.
Unfolds them, clicks them into place. Excuse me.
I just imagine this thing. If you just got this orgy going on this beautiful, extravagant thing, and then suddenly people just start flying out of the middle of it. They stand up, buck naked, with 2 guns in hand.
Honestly, the thing also that I find to be really funny about this for me personally is you don't need to have specifically a loan shark to have this sort of scenario play out in a similar fashion. You could literally just have a corporation. You could have a literal, real estate company.
I'm sorry, you're saying similar fashion, I'm going with dragons and orgies?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Millionaires or a billionaire, basically you had a deal with a specific person who really...
But I am just dying over this visual of going, it looks like you walked into a jewelry store.
Oh, it's so ridiculously overdone.
They're like, yes, look at my lovely...
Look at my Tiffany's down here.
Pretty much. All right. You must be Nico. I hope. I was going to assume the first offended person I meet is Nico. I'm Phoenix, and this is Smol, and her grandpa...
You might not be able to see them, but they're behind me, so just stay there.
Yeah, they're right behind me. Just trust me on that one. Also, I'm going to ruin your life.
You're huge.
Smol, do you know how tall you are, dude? Because I do not. And damn. We want to have a word with you about her grandfather.
Someone else going
Someone else. I'm Nico. Oh, yes! A tall, elegant woman steps forward, surprising us, going, that's my layabout husband with the guns and the orgy. Excuse you.
He's more like a trophy husband more than anything.
Really? Honestly, he looks great in a suit, you know.
He really does.
I take it you just boomed down my front door. I'm sorry, I just think it's funny.
Boomed would be hilarious and more on point, but it's bombed.
I take it you just bombed down my front door. And put 2 of my employees in the hospital because I actually keep track of them, and the ambulance just shoved them in the hospital. They were both in terrible shape. Excuse you.
Also going, you just cared about your employees. That's wild.
That was amazing. I love this.
That was an instant my employees. Hello?
By the way, not you have offended me, but you hurt people, my people, and excuse you.
Uh-huh.
Well, we had to get your attention somehow. Except for I didn't actually plan for that and didn't know it was something bigger when I impulsively just blasted one of them out the door. But I'm going to try and sound competent right now because it's important. So yeah,
please don't
we had
tell
to
me
get
we're gonna
your
do something.
attention somehow.
I feel like we're gonna do something silly here. Okay, so hang on, let me drop it.
Go ahead. What do you think?
So I think, unfortunately, so due to Phoenix's character type, his archetype that they seem to be kind of running with, I'm afraid what's going to happen is they're going to go, well, that's a woman, I can't do anything to the woman.
I don't
and then
know.
It's like,
which is why he's trailing off, going, but you're a woman, maybe?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. So, like, that is a thing that I have noticed. Sometimes you have these super aggressive characters, and then they go, but I can't hurt a woman. And I'm not saying you should hurt anyone at all, but I'm saying that I have noticed the trope aggressively, and it bugs the heck out of me personally.
Of just going, women are not treated equal to men. They're going, but you are still delicate, and I must be chivalrous.
Which also is sometimes a thing that's actually motivated some women to be really, like, aggressive, because they just go, I am so tired of basically my gender being my defining quality.
Yes. Okay, I'm just really... I still have this thing occasionally with going... Phoenix has, like, massive pectorals. Like, you would not believe. Like, it's shaping through the suit. And the fact that, he sort of cocked this one forward with the hand on the hip kind of thing. I'm just like, your shoulders might not look that tough, but you're, like, linebacker build kind of thing. Seriously.
I kind of don't think so.
Like, he doesn't have enough arm for it, but he's got massive titties.
We'll see. We will actually see, because I was surprised about Dylan, and you were also surprised about Dylan. I'm like,
you're gonna have to shave him down a lot if you want him to look more like Dylan, if we ever see him with his shirt off.
Yeah,
damn, like, if you look at the lines, like, right down his necklace, over to the side, near, like, where the braids fall and stuff.
It could just be, like, barely no see titty. Like,
that's a lot of pec. Just look at the shading.
That could just be the way that it's falling. Again, I had the same problem with Dylan's.
It's fine. Anyway, the art implies.
Yes.
All right. Look, I know my grandfather owes you a lot of money, but can't we work something out? And maybe with less injuries and less explosions? I'm sure I can find a way to start paying back what he owes. I think. No need, Smol. Let me just talk to myself a lot.
No, I was about to say, you just took all 3 characters.
I mean, I did, but you offered me that one.
No, I didn't.
Oh, I thought that's what that was. All right.
No, do you want me to take Nico back from you?
No, I'm gonna do it.
All right, fine.
I'm gonna talk to myself. You get to talk to yourself sometimes. You do.
Not to this degree at all.
Phoenix pulls a small pouch from his pocket, tossing it across the air. Across the air. Just across all of the air. Whoosh! Like sparkles, like glitter. Nico catches it expertly, inspecting the contents. Jewels? That sounds like him.
Oh, good.
Lots of them. Oh, well. Here, let me blow down your door. Will that cover the cost of your door as well? I hope so. And the medical expenses of your boys.
However...
Will that suffice?
However, the problem is really genuinely going, like, my dude, do people even know what they're looking at?
Right? Going... Does she have the ability as, like, a gemologist or whatever it is?
Right.
To be able to go, these are the genuine article, these are high-quality stones, they have a valuable cut, etc., etc.?
Also, again, with dragons have different types of stones, literally what you could have is someone going, I don't know what these are, but these aren't stones, because they're nothing I recognize as a stone.
Or they're not any of the precious gems I know.
Right.
And so if you get anyone who's really into rocks and, like, geology and stuff, they're going to be like, if it is not something that I recognize as being valuable, it doesn't matter if it's super valuable to you personally. Fordite is not a precious stone. And if you don't know, Fordite is actually a really interesting sort of social phenomenon. It's not a mineral or stone at all. It is actually hardened, collected layers of paint from an abandoned Ford factory. And then carved.
Cool.
It looks super cool because it's just layers of really bright colors that's then, polished and carved into shapes. But it is not any kind of geological phenomenon.
Yes, Fordite is literally layers of paint, in case
Ford
paint.
Like
Ford Cars
brand paint.
Ford Cars brand paint of just like years and years worth of paint that fell onto the assembly tracks, and
just
then they peeled them up,
time.
and now they've made stones air quoted out.
It's just hardened so much over time. Yeah, it's just an interesting thing. Anyway, Phoenix, do you just carry jewels with you wherever you go? It's a start. But right now, there's something else I want. Nico walks up to us, but her eyes are only on Phoenix. Really? Really? You look strong. I bet I could find a use for you. How does that come into the contract? Nico reaches over, squeezing his bicep. Great. Thanks. How would you like to come work for me? Is she flirting with him.
She wants to be his sugar daddy.
That's
his sugar mama.
Super uncomfortable.
But also he's like, I
have He's just like, oh my god, I'm gonna die laughing. Sorry. Nico draws back stunned. Are you crazy, woman?
Hang on. Number one, I'd be missing all of my boyfriends and my entire kingdom.
Why? Like, what the hell would I work for you? I'm amazing. I'm a freaking prince. Jeez.
I have so much more in place for me than what you could ever even dream to offer me. Also, I hate what this place looks like.
Like, it's terrible. You guys' fashion is awful. No style. Your cakes are weird. Sweet, though. But, you know, your ovens are really confusing. Like, damn.
Your technology is bizarre.
Why would I want you? When I have Smol. That's hilarious.
I was wondering if that was where that was going to go.
That's freaking hilarious.
I am definitely not surprised.
You'll regret that. I'm just like, this music is amazing. It's the rock music again. I'm also just like, okay, like, you guys are terrible at this. You really could have been like, how much does he owe? All right, let us take care of that amount. What would it take to clear it?
Hey, authors in the audience, here's some advice for writing one of these scenes. Your character should not be this dumb.
And if anyone's going in to negotiate, they should have negotiation skills.
And also, you would have the paperwork, because loan sharks usually let you know how much you owe them. Now, it might be totally unreasonable.
And it might have a ridiculous interest rate, but there is a finite amount to be paid off. It is not indentured servitude, and you can, in fact, pay off that amount.
Yes.
Deal with them. All of the people who had been running away from the orgy, stand up, grab guns.
All the people in the orgy, yes!
We got this!
We got it, everybody
yank them out of the mattress. Were you guys literally making out on a bed made of guns?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It gives us a good time.
It's the best way to do it.
I love this time.
This is how you protect the pile of guns.
Yeah.
You know? They always say, you know, gun in the mattress. So we just went a little farther. Gun, mattress made of gun. You know, it's fine. Nico retreats, leaving us to our thugs that are suddenly everyone's thugs. 6 guys?
That's it?
Hey, yep. Should be easy for you and me, Smol. You're a dragon slayer after all, aren't you? Phoenix launches forward, bringing a few men down with his fists.
Okay, so again, if you know what you're doing, it's really easy to knock someone out. Watch any fight. Watch any true, fight on TV. That is the one place they usually do not aim for if they're looking to drag the fight out, or the one place they do aim for if they're looking to end the fight as quick as possible.
The one place they're always protecting, it's their head. It is not hard to knock someone out.
Like, your brain does not like being slammed against, the inside of your skull at all. It knocks you out pretty uncomfortably fast.
Oh, yeah. All right, I should help out. We'll pick up.
Grab my purse.
I'm gonna grab I have my purse. I have my aggression purse. Yes.
Yes.
Dragon Slayer, Princess Power. You look like you're wearing a hoodie, dude. Like, really? Whack! I hope I used my purse. Got one. What did you hit him with? My gosh, look at the stuff in the case now that Nico's not standing there. That cool horse statue almost looks like marble, shaped like origami.
Sorry, we don't care about this music. I appreciate it's very exciting. I just don't care.
But there's just a fun little eclectic collection. But the horse's angles make it feel very origami, even though it looks like it's made more of marble or something.
It actually looks really neat. I kind of like it. I also like the top one with that very, very soft blue on the inside part of the vase. That's really
sort of
pretty.
Flower vase.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of fun. They have some really European stylings in here.
Interesting choices.
Nice. Now this guy's the only one left. So are we gonna beat everyone up and then just have a chance to get close to him afterwards? Is that what this is gonna be?
Because if it's gonna go in order, it would make sense.
So many backgrounds in here, so many environments in this game. I love it.
Especially for what I've seen out of an Otome game, which is
a lot of them don't have nearly as many backgrounds and environments. Phoenix stands over the last thug, preparing a swirl of fire in hand.
Even if they do for some of them, to me I also like going, they look really simplistic. Which is not to say necessarily they're bad, but they don't stand out to you at all. They're they're more backgroundy more than they are
atmospheric. Yeah, they really
more
are
atmospheric rather than adding actually more to what's going on.
I don't know. Anyway, somewhere in there, they're not really striking and distinctive, but they are a fun addition to the game for being so many of them, for sure.
Right.
And
No,
you don't
I'm talking
walk
about
into
for
the
other
same
games. This
building
one is
constantly,
actually...
or the same room of the same building all the time. Like even our apartment has like 4 different rooms.
Well,
5 or something.
No, like
amazing.
what I'm talking about is actually other games. This one actually has more distinctive backgrounds compared to them.
That's fair. Where they
Because-
feel more unified because they're trying to create a sort of.
They're
like,
actually going, hey, your backgrounds are a part of your world, kind of thing.
Right. All right. Preparing a swirl of fire in hand. Please don't send him to the hospital. Is he going to? Phoenix, wait. I grabbed Phoenix by the arm, holding him back. Excuse you?
He's like, what?
That's enough.
They're not like other fire dragons. They will actually die.
They're not dragons. Individual, my dude. Yo. Well, we have to teach these guys a lesson.
You mean they might have families and kids and whatever
They die
else?
by fire? I think they know that lesson. I think they already know that lesson. I think it's okay.
This is a very different scenario in that sense.
Phoenix, there's a time to fight, and, a time of peace, and a time to, plant seeds, and a time to harvest, and a time to quote colloquialisms that are, largely Judeo-Christian in origin, but also the Beatles, there's a time.
Hey, it's a time.
And there's a time for mercy. Fine. To my relief, Phoenix lets the thug go.
Thank you!
Oh, dear God, right? He's like,
Well, again, so this is also one of those things. There is a thing that people also need to realize, for me, is going that just because you also stop and you don't kill them doesn't mean that they also don't need support to do something else. So, like, in that sense of going where people go, you went to jail and that will be your lesson. The thing is if you never give anybody any more resources, if you always demonize them and you always drag them back to that same place, you never give them therapy, you never give them resocialization, you never try to re-educate in the sense of going, what we're looking for or what we're trying to understand is where we went wrong as a society. Right. So if we just leave this guy, he could honestly just go back to the same place that he was. It's kind of like, well,
show up on our doorstep again because Nico pays him to do that.
I impeached him. He's got the impeachment, but it never went through, and it was never a punishment. And
nothing happened because of it. It just was an experience. He had a timeout in a courtroom.
And obviously it didn't do anything, but that's fine.
But no, it's just, if you punish somebody without giving them context for what you expect afterwards through education, rather than they know what they should do, like actual explicit education, people cannot really change so much. And if they happen to acquire the education on their own, and you're like, see, look, they changed, and so you hold everyone else of the other 90% in jail to that standard,
right?
It's unacceptable. Your society is failing you. And that doesn't mean like they owe you for being an asshole, but it does mean that if you ask for help, you should get it.
Right? No kidding.
Or if somebody puts you behind bars and tells you you need help, they should give it to you.
Right? Well, gosh, guys, you know what? This has been a great episode, and thank you very much for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to see us over on Patreon or see us and support our Ko-Fi. We've got actually a couple of game goals up that we would really like to actually play those games. It would be so much fun to have them with you guys.
Yep.
So this has been Scandal.
And I have been Les. And it was great playing with you. Bye! Thank you.